Hello and welcome to this week's Life at Home with Oreoluwa. I'm always very excited to bring to you these videos weekly. And as you guessed, if you are watching for the first time, my name is Oreoluwa Shonola. I'm your home management expert and I'm the founder of Made For Me Services. Weekly, I share this video so that I can give you strategies and wisdom and the tips you need to elevate the quality of your home management. Like I always say, this is the only place that I can guarantee that you will get the wisdom to enable your home thrive and flourish just like you desire it to be in your heart. Because you can always check online, there are many tips online, but I cannot guarantee that it will grant you results. And the only reason I can guarantee you this from Made For Me is because we have tested these strategies and these things that I teach you across several families in different continents of the world, and they have given them outstanding results that blow our mind. And so I want you to not just listen to these videos but also implement the things that you learn. So if you are stumbling on this video for the first time, I want you to watch to the end, of course, but also know that you have missed 6 other videos that I have shared in previously. Those topics would make you so excited. I'm sure there are things that you've been looking for, and finally you have them, at your fingertips. So be sure to watch those videos, 6 value-packed videos that I have recorded before this. So let's get into the meat for today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the art of quality decision making in your home management. Did you know that the quality of home management that you have, the quality of structure that you have currently running in your home is a direct reflection of the quality of decisions that you make on a daily basis? Did you know that? A decision as simple as tweaking your morning routine to include simpler meals that your children, if they are old enough, can make for themselves every morning rather than a very complicated meal, can save you good number of minutes in the morning, to tone down that chaos that always happens in your home every morning, where everybody's shouting, screaming, looking for something, and they cannot find what they are looking for, and yet they have to eat breakfast. That morning chaos that usually happens. A decision as simple as tweaking your sleeping time right at night, making sure that the morning time is not too early, making sure that the children get enough sleep, and you too, is capable of transforming your whole day, right? So the quality of structure you have, the quality of home management, design that you have currently running in your home is actually a reflection of the quality of decisions you make. And so that's why in this week's video, I want to teach you the art of consistently making quality decisions in your home management, so that you can have peace of mind. That's the goal. You want to be rest assured that the decisions you are making are capable of giving you the results that you desire. You want to know that what you have planned is actually going to happen, because you trust that the decisions that you have made will give you the results that you desire, right? So this is what we are going to talk about in today's video. I will see you very shortly. Welcome back. So have you ever tried to buy something? Maybe you went to a shop to get something, and then the person selling to you is obviously selling something very inferior, but is trying to polish it like it was the original product. And so the person puts a heavy amount on that product and tries to sell it to you, sell the durability. It's fine talking the product, but deep down in your mind that, of course, this is not the original product. Why? Maybe because you have consistently used the original product. You probably know the person who manufactures it, and you know that you know what to look out for. Maybe because you also sell this product yourself. Maybe you just ran out of stock and you want to restock for different reasons. But because you have interacted with this product long enough, you know the in and out of those products. You obviously know that what they are selling to you is not original. because of the information you have, because of the knowledge you have, you walk away from the person's store without paying a dime, right? You might not even get into the conversation long enough just by observing the product. When you see what the person presented to you, you just say, this is not what you are looking for, and then you walk away. Because of the knowledge that you have, you were able to make the right decision for you. You saved yourself time, the time you would have spent negotiating, going back and forth. You saved yourself money, right, from buying something that is of inferior quality. And then, maybe it would have even cost you, if it's something you consume or something you get to use on your skin. So maybe it's something that would have cost you a long-term damage. And so you save yourself money, time, and not just that, you also save your life because of a knowledge that you have gained, right? And so the quality of decisions that you make in your home management is a direct reflection of the quality of information that you have, the quality of knowledge that you have, right? So when I see your structure, when I see the kind of structure running in your home, I can rightly say, okay, this is a quality decision that was made, right? If you live in somewhere, a busy city like Lagos, I don't know what part of the world you are watching from, or I hear New York is also so very busy like Lagos. If you live in cities like that, you know that maybe Monday morning is always, so chaotic. Because you have that knowledge, because you have that information, the quality of decisions you make in your home for your Monday morning should reflect that you are working with a knowledge. So when maybe you have a visitor at home and the person is wondering why you're waking up early, why you have to do things so early, you can pass on that information and say, okay, this is what happens every Monday, right? And so because of that information, that knowledge that you have, you can then make decisions such as, saying that I'm not going to prepare lunch time, or maybe I'm going to use only leftovers for lunch at work today. I'm not going to spend time preparing lunch because I have to leave the house early. You can say that I'm going to take this route to drop my kids at school before I go to work, right? You can even decide to say, because my city is very busy, I would save more time, doing some work in the car. Maybe I need to hire a driver, right? So knowledge improves the quality of decisions you make. It is so important to gain knowledge when you see that you don't have adequate knowledge in an area, and that if you make a decision, you're capable of making a mistake that you might not recover from quickly. It is important to take time to get knowledge in that area. If you're finding childcare so difficult, you're wondering why your children are not sleeping early, you're wondering why your children are addicted to screens, you're wondering why your children are not eating, right? You're scared that they're not getting enough nutrition. And you've been trying to do things on your own, you've tweaked meals, you've done things on your own. Once you are not getting the results you desire, shortly after you have made consistent efforts into that problem, it's time to go for knowledge, because with knowledge comes insight. With knowledge comes new information that you can now apply and get the results you desire. So who should you be getting knowledge from? Because there's information everywhere. There's information on the internet. You only need to open your social media. Everybody has an opinion on everything. There are many home management pages, there are many mommy bloggers, there are many food nutrition pages, healthy living pages. So who should you be getting information from? I would say that you should get information from somebody who has shown consistency over the years, who has a tested and trusted framework, that they use to deliver to you an outcome that you desire, who takes you through a process, who doesn't promise, unrealistic transformations, unrealistic results. They say get your child to sleep in 24 hours, get your child to sleep in 48 hours, and they are telling you to do things that are detrimental to the well-being of the child. So go for somebody who is an expert, who has shown consistency over a period of time. If someone has been talking about something consistently for 5 years, they have clients who have given them exciting and trusted feedback. That is the kind of person you should be going for. Don't say that, oh, why should I be learning about childcare? Parents didn't used to learn about childcare. Don't say, why should I be learning about cooking? It's too simple. I'm too embarrassed to learn about cooking. No. As long as it would positively affect the quality of decisions you are making in your home, I think it's something you should go for. So go for tested and trusted knowledge. Also go for principles, right? Don't go for methods. What do I mean? When an individual does something and gets results, it's a method. But if they can share a principle so that even somebody in that it doesn't have a situation that is, a mirror of theirs, should apply that principle, the person can get the same result, then you can go for that person. Because your home is different from any other person's home. So when somebody is only sharing their methods, something that they do personally, it might not work for you. But if you see someone that shares principles, steps, right? Frameworks that you can apply to any situation you find yourself, whether you are in a city, you relocate to another city, when you have kids, when your kids are grown up, you can tweak those principles and still get the same result. Those are the kind of people you should be going for. The second factor that helps you improve the quality of your decision making are your experiences, right? So I know we talked about knowledge before as the number one point, but it can get to a point where you are getting so much knowledge and then you are not taking the first step. So you have to take the first step. You don't say because of the knowledge you have, oh, you are scared to make a mistake, and then you don't take the first step, because there are some things you would not learn except you put your legs in. For example, if you say that, oh, I don't want to have children except I learn about childcare, get a certification in childcare. No matter what you learn, there's nothing like hands-on experience. So when you get pregnant and then you have your child, you see that there are so many things that you have book knowledge on, but in real life, they don't apply to your child's personality, what your child likes, what your child wants. They might tell you tummy time is great for children, but your child doesn't like tummy time and is always crying, when you put your child when you put them on their tummy. And so you improvise, right? So experience is also a very important factor in quality decision making. And this doesn't mean that you should, throw all your all taking a risk because you want to gain experience, because you want to minimize your errors as much as possible. You want to minimize the risk as much as possible so that you can recover quickly, right? But the truth is, as you dip your a toe into the water, you start to see for yourself and then start to make quality decisions from the experiences you have. You start to say, okay, this person's personality, this is the way I should react to it. My child doesn't like this. This is what I should do for this child as against this child that prefers this, right? So some things can only be learned from experience. You can get all the knowledge you have on domestic staffing, for example, but until you take a first step to call an agency. Okay, what are your options? What are the specializations of domestic staff that you have? What domestic staff do you think will be right fit for this kind of work I want for my home? But you've taken the first step. You are not saying, okay, all agencies are bad, all the agencies in my area, they don't care about our homes. You're taking the first step. You may take a further step by interviewing candidates. So you see the kind of questions you should ask, you see, how they appear, how they look, so that you can prepare yourself. That is learning from experience. That is gathering information from experience, right? So when you take that experience, you're able to improve the quality of the decision making. Something you didn't know if you didn't take that first step. Now you know it, and then you can determine what decision to take because you have experienced it for yourself. So experiences are important. While knowledge is great, while it is good to go for knowledge, there's a point you can get to where you get so much knowledge that you don't even try anymore. That knowledge prevents you from trying, and you don't want to get to that point. You want to get to a point where you get knowledge and then you can implement it by taking little steps with minimal risk, so that you don't have errors that you find it difficult to bounce back from, or errors that waste your time and resources. And the third place or the third factor that influences the quality of your decision making is data. I talk about data so much when it comes to home management because a lot of times we think that home management is more, emotions and intuition. We fail to realize that there is a methodical way to actually get excellent home management structure done in our home. We try to say, okay, this is not how I'm feeling. I'm not just feeling it. And what we fail to realize is that by acting this way, there are days where we are not in the mood, where our emotions are all over the place. On days like that, you see that there is consistent bad decision making. So because you're angry, you get home, you yell on your kids, you yell on your spouse, right? But if there is a method to it, no matter how you feel, no matter how your emotions make you feel that day, you know that you can follow that method and still get the results that you want in your home management, right? So data is so important. How do you get data? You get data from observation and from research. I always say that there's nothing that you're actually experiencing that somebody else has not experienced before. And so you get data from observing your environment. Sometimes you get data from your children, right? For example, if you serve a particular meal on certain days and you discover that you have put that meal consistently for 4 weeks and it has not been eaten, that situation is giving you data, is giving you information, and then you can start to say, okay, this particular meal on these days does not pay. Maybe because people have eaten out. Maybe it's a day that people in your home eat out, and so they come home, they are not really full, they don't have empty tummies, and so food on that day gets wasted. So you can decide that because of the data you have, you make a decision that day you are not cooking, and so everybody is going to take leftovers on that day. Do you see? So you get data by observing your environment and also observing things that have happened around you. Okay, what information do you need on a toddler? You're not the first person to have a toddler, right? And so you start to get research data that has been backed by research. What are the how does a toddler think? How does a toddler behave? How much is a toddler expected to eat? What are the immunity boosters toddlers should take daily? Information like that are things that you can get, right? They are backed up by data. Somebody has done a research, has probably tested it across a lot of toddlers, and they had the education for it, they had the qualification for it to offer you that advice. And so you start to use that data to make quality decisions in your home. When you use data like that, you start to see that you are not just making decisions based on your mood, or how you feel, what you think is right, but you can explain the decision you are making to anybody who asks you, right? So the goal is to make quality decisions in your home that will consistently make your home thrive. I'm sure you've met people before that you just wonder what is the secret to the well-being of their home. Their homes are healthy, they are thriving, everybody is doing well within and outside the home, and they are wondering, what's it about these people, what's so extraordinary about them? You get close to them, you see that it's not like they have better education than you, or they are more exposed. It's not like their home is better looking than yours. But you start to observe the quality of decisions they make. The decisions, for example, some people decide to homeschool because of the environment they live in. Some people already know what's best for their family because of that, because they have observed every individual in the family. And so they're able to make decisions that tend to the needs of every members of their families. By getting close to them, you start to see that they are careful about their decision making. They don't make rash decisions. They don't just jump on trends. And because of that, they have a quality structure that works for them at home. So I hope that you remember that the quality of structure and home management design you have in your home is a direct reflection of the quality of decisions that you make. And quality decisions can be gotten from quality knowledge, from experiences, and from collecting research-backed data. I've loved speaking with you today, and I know that you have learned something new. Always remember that knowledge gained is not as fantastic as knowledge implemented. So go back home today and start to look at how you can gain knowledge, gain experience, and get data to improve the quality of decisions you are making for you and for your family. I'll see you in my next video. But before then, you can find me on Instagram at madeforme, me with a double E, our website www.madeforme.com, and on Twitter at madeforme also. I'll see you next time. Bye.